Alright, hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back for some more of the Final Fantasy X Let's Play. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we went and did some Chocobo training and went through the other different reward challenges. Unfortunately, we didn't really go and get the completion of the racing part of that aspect of the reward challenges, but hey, you know what? Again, that's all optional. We don't ever have to go and actually worry about it with anything of that type of nature there. But then we also decided to reach off into the entrance of Mount Gazette and battle out with Defender X, which we went and cleared through that way, and we could go and still continue onwards throughout that area if we needed to at Mount Gazette, but I'm not going to really go and worry about it because I know that Byron Ronso and Yenke Ronso are going to be somewhat around within that said vicinity, and I don't really want to feel like going through that boss battle right now. So what we're going to go and decide to go and do is that we're going to head off here to Remiem Temple and worry about battling out with Belgemine and all of her other different Aeons that we're going to have to go and fight. Now, just as a reminder, when you go and fight with Belgemine, you may possibly want to go and have all your Aeons have the overdrive abilities just so that they can at least make sure that the battle goes at least somewhat smoothly compared to not having those overdrives at all, because it will be taking you some time to try to at least build up with the overdrives from there. But we'll worry about that when we get into the way over here, because there's some other stuff that we do have to go and take care of first, such as reading through the sphere and getting ourselves a little bit of an origin story, I guess, a little bit about what this whole Remiem Temple is all about, and learning some things around within this way. Now, also as well too, you do want to go and find yourself with an Elbed primer, because there is an Elbed primer around within this said location, which that was a good thing that we were able to go and pick that up along within our way. And now all that we have to go and do now is just go and talk it over here to this Chocobo. And the reason why that I'm going to go and talk to this Chocobo is that we're going to get ourselves a nice good special reward here known as the Cloudy Mirror, which that is going to be a help for what is going to happen later on with Yuna, because we are going to be picking up on her, I think, ultimate weapon at this point in time, or celestial weapon that we'll be getting, and it's going to be somewhat of a nice good thing to go and find. I believe it's actually known as the Nirvana, so hopefully we can go and try to pick that up within the next episode from there. Now, I'm not really too entirely certain about how this whole Chocobo race is all about, but I know that we have to make sure that we go and land all the way into that center at the very end of all of this. And I don't know if you're allowed to go and pick up with any of these poles. I don't know if they like shave off any time or anything from there. But I know that I went and picked up with a couple of them, but I still won anyways. So there we go. And we still got our reward of the Cloudy Mirror. So I'll make sure to go and take that with us here. And when you go and actually battle throughout with the Belgemine battles, she will actually give you a whole bunch of different rewards. And the one type of reward that you do want to make sure to go and, well, at least use before you go and do anything else, is actually using those lightning gems to give on over to Ixion, because then you could actually go and teach yourself with Thundaga, and that will be a big help for another battle that will be happening alongside with her here.
Welcome, Yuna.
Now, I just went and learned something that I never really knew all that too much about. But with the Aeons, if you actually do have like anything like fire related with like Ifrit, or if you have something like ice type related with the Shiva, you can actually heal them up during battle and actually hit them own selves, and they can actually be able to get some health back, and you don't really have to really worry about trying to find like any usage of like any of like potions or anything, because you can't really use potions on Aeons to begin with. But hey, at least that's something pretty handy. Now, I know that some Aeons can't really go and do that. I know that Bahamut is someone that I don't think you could actually be able to go and try to heal up, and I don't know about Valfor either. But some of the other ones you can actually go and be able to heal yourself up with, even with Ixion for that matter. So we have to go through I think all 5 of the different Aeons that we went and got from before. So we are going to have to go through all 5 of her said Aeons as well, because we do have the Valfor battle, we do have Ifrit battle, we do have the Ixion battle, the Shiva, and also with the Bahamut battle. So she does have all of these here, compared to like what happened with Ishiru back over in Via Purifico. Now, mind you, I would have been able to go and try to set up with the Pokemon layout again, and then have like the little 8-bit Pokemon OST going on in the background here, but that already happened once. I don't think I'm going to go and do that again, because this one will probably take a little bit longer than normal, so we'll just let the battle play out for what it needs to be over here. So we're going to go aside with Ifrit first, and for what we're just going to go and do is that since we already have our overdrive already intact, since I already went and taken care of that off recording, we're going to go and just get a nice, good, decent amount of chunk of damage there, and now all that we have to go and just worry about later is just hopefully trying to boost ourselves up around for another overdrive at some point if we ever do need it that once again, which I'm pretty certain I think we are going to have to use another overdrive here at some point. Now this guy actually does have Energy Ray, at least it doesn't have Energy Blast, because I know that we went and found that as a specialty type of overdrive back over in the beginning area, be said. And that is a really nice, good, helpful move, so you don't ever want to go and forget about it. Because I know that we went to be said twice, so it was a good thing that I was able to go and do that before at the very beginning. Alright, so let's go left for another fire red damage. I'm pretty certain that we're not going to be able to take on out with the Valfor just yet right now. So, Ifrit is going to be back up and ready for another overdrive here. That's going to hurt once more. Ouch. But hey, you know what? We'll do one more Hellfire here, and we'll just go and toss that right on over to him. And we'll get this guy finally destroyed, and that is the first of many of these guys taken out with. Nice. For 9,999 damage, this man's done. Alright. And we're all good now. Now, if you ever do have Yuna with her full-on overdrive, you can actually use the summons actually twice for the same type of overdrive. So that's pretty nice if you ever do want to go and actually use Bahamut twice for 2 different Mega Flares or something and do like insane amount of damage for that. That's always a pretty fun time. But here for this type of battle that I'm going to be doing, unfortunately I never really had Yuna for another overdrive, so we weren't able to go and do that. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is that since Belgemine gave us some lightning gems, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to go ahead and use that Thundaga to go and put that over to our Aeon for right now, because even though that Thundaga is going to be great for what the next battle is going to be, it is going to be great for us because we can actually re-heal ourselves up pretty nicely as well too. So I think that's all that we're going to go and do right now, and let's go and take care of meeting up with Belgemine once again.
You've got quite a name to
now, what's interesting to me is that it seems like she is just kind of like that Mika guy a while back, which we already kind of knew that this guy was already dead, and I guess he like came back and then came back into this type of world, and that's kind of like what's happening with her, is that like she kind of like came from like I guess like the Far Plains area and returned back into the regular world here. So it's very interesting. Now, if you guys are kind of wondering about what the reward is going to be for the last time within here, like after once we are all said and done with all the different Aeons, we will be able to get a reward for Yuna over at some point, and that's going to be known as the Flower Scepter. And that's going to have to deal with something of somewhat of our Aeons later. Don't know if there's going to be like another part to that at some point there. But we'll have to see what happens within the game. So yeah, doing our special Thor Hammers overdrive with Ixion, getting ourselves a nice good decent chunk of damage, always a good thing to go and do within these battles over here. And now all that we're going to just go and worry about now is just setting up for Arrow Sparks and some other moves, and just hopefully just trying to get the best type of damage as we can. Alright, so there we go. So now we're going to just set up for Thundaga here, heal ourselves back up, so very nice. Don't have to worry about getting ourselves a game over, because we don't want that to happen. Now, throughout the way of this episode, I don't think I ever really left or exit out of the area, like during the time of like any of these fights here. But I don't know if you actually, like, actually do decide to leave. I don't know if that, like, messes up with anything. But hopefully that doesn't. Like with all these different Aeon battles they have to go through, because that would suck if you just like went and just left and then all of a sudden came back and then and then you have to go through all these different Aeon battles and like rinse and repeat everything all over again. That'd be horrible. But somebody can let me know about that in the comments if that actually does happen. If you decide to leave like during the way of all these different fights or something, like will you have to repeat these fights again?
progress, and for that, I'm glad. Take this.
Alright, and just like that, we got ourselves with X potions of 30, which that's always great to go and have. 30 X potions. Alright, so now let's go and take on the next Aeon here.
You've got quite a name to live.
I'm pretty certain that the next one is going to have to be with her own Ixion here. So now for this Ixion battle, you do want to have with Bahamut, because Bahamut does have Ortega, which that is a water elemental move, and Ixion is actually weak to that said water elemental move, so that will be a big help for that. And Ixion is actually one of the worst of the many of the different Aeons that she's going to have on her team, because if you guys remember from before, we went and got ourselves a game over from her Ixion from the last time, back over like just before, I think, heading off to the Guado area around that time. And I know that if she sets up with that type of haste move or something, and whatever other type of move that she does have, this thing could go and just keep on attacking over and over and over again, and that will become somewhat of a problem. So we want to make sure that we go and try to take out this Ixion as fast as we can before she actually starts doing that type of move there. So there we go. So we got the first Ortega done, and then we got ourselves with the next Ortega move to go and set up for here as well. So there we go. So it looks like Ixion is going to try to have some sort of evading thing here, but you know what? We're going to go set for our own Mega Flare and do so much amount of damage that it should be able to just go and knock it out here pretty much quickly. And I want to say that Mega Flare does actually break that 10,000 break limit right there, so we're all good. Or damage limit there. Alright, there we go. We're all done there for that one. So good job, Bahamut. Thank you for the save of that battle. Now we can go through the last two. Got ourselves just left with Shiva and Bahamut of her own. And now this one, if you guys remember from the very beginning of this episode, I did go and add in Faraga on into with Valfor out here. And Faraga is actually going to be something very nice to go and have for this Shiva battle, just so that we can at least be able to do quite a significant amount of damage to that Aeon there. So let's go and battle with Shiva next.
Very well. Before we begin, now.
Whenever she says, like, are you ready? All I can literally just think of is, like, Triple H at this point in time. Alright, so there comes Shiva coming down from the heavens here.
Choose your Aeon.
Well, I'm going to choose mine pretty much well indeed, so let's just go for Valfor for right now. And if you ever are in need of actually trying to get Faraga, there is like those fire flans that are out there in the Calmlands. You can go and just steal them. They have like 2 times fire gems or even like the regular fire gems, and you should just be able to get like quite enough that you should be able to just go and just get the Faraga move for Valfor if you needed that. Or even Ifrit if you decide to go and add that there too. But there we go. That did about like 7,000 damage right there. Now, we do have Energy Blast, so that's our more higher amount of out of attack right there. So we are going to go and set up for this move once more. Oh, and there we go. And just like that, it seems like we went and knocked away Shiva right there. Nice. All that we needed to do was just do one Mega... or not one Mega Flare, but one Energy Blast. We're all good.
That is enough. Ah, you have made some progress. And
what else do we go and pick up here?
Take this.
And we got... Ooh, Mega Potions for 60. Nice. Now, did we get the Chocobo feathers as well, too, in this area? I don't know if that will happen right on after this Bahamut one or something, but she does give you a reward of Chocobo feathers, so during the time that when we were going after those different capture weapons and then having to set up the initiative because we did need, like, that type of ability there for one of the items for Waka, If you don't have the Chocobo feathers now, you can go and pick it up right from her, and she actually does give you quite a bit of them as well. Alright, so here we go. So she's gonna bring out her own Bahamut. Now this battle could get a little bit hectic, but however, we should at least be somewhat fine. Blizzaga would actually be somewhat really beneficial for what is gonna happen with us having Shiva at this point, but you know what, unfortunately I do not have any type of ice element or any type of ice gem with me all that too much. So I can't really go and get the Blizzaga move that I do need. So we're gonna have to just set for a Blizzaria instead. But just like how we did before, set for the overdrive, get enough damage that we do want from that. And then now we just have to just go and just sit and wait until we get our next overdrive again. And Shiva is pretty nice because she can actually dodge like most of the different attacks that some other enemies can go and do. So we'll just heal ourselves back up if we do need it. I wonder if Final Fantasy IX that you could also go and do the same exact type of thing as well too, just heal yourself up during the time of a battle. I don't know if I would have did that before. Alright, and there we go, not bad. Alright, almost there to the other overdrive. Ooh, we're getting right down into a very sticky predicament there. That's at down to 3 for the countdown. But just set for our Blizzaria there. And let's just set up for our own. Once again. Back on over here to Bahamut there. We should be able to go and do his flying attack move. Yep, and there we go. And just like that, we made it right up to the next Diamond Dust hit. So let's just go and do that right here, right now. And just like that, I believe Bahamut is out of here. And no more of this guy. And since we are getting ourselves into the outro of our way, I will go and just say that thank you guys so much for watching for Final Fantasy X. In the next one, we will be returning back to Mechalana Woods and continue onwards with this whole cloudy mirror business and try to worry about that side quest mission that's going to happen from here. But anyways, see you guys then, and of course, peace.
Take this. It may come in handy.